Hey guys, you all watching Josie TV. I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna do a kind of a shorter video, but just want to talk about the power of influences. And you might be saying, okay, what kind of influence are you talking about? You're talking about like influencers and them too, but I'm more talking about something differently. And so I was thinking, right, like we talk about drugs and alcohol, and they always use the word influence, right? You know, you're under the influence of XYZ substance. And it kind of struck me, and I was thinking about it. I was like, honestly, what kind of influence does drugs and alcohol have on us, right? I mean, they say under the influence, and it's like, what kind of influence does drugs and alcohol really have on your life, right? I mean, are there just things that you wish you never done when you were under the influence, right? And ultimately, I feel like it doesn't just stop there. I feel like it also goes further than that. The food we eat. I mean, they're making a conscious effort to, well, mess with our reptile brain, right? I mean, there's 14 ingredients in McDonald's fries. Why are there 14 ingredients? It's supposed to be just potatoes and oil, but they specifically make a formula to trigger us to crave their food. And I don't know, guys. I just feel like a lot of us are awake. Well, we're awake, but we're asleep. We're sleepwalking, kind of. And I feel like we really got to start taking more inventory of the things that we're doing and how they're influencing us. Even influencers, right? Like, what influencers are we watching, and how will that ultimately lead down the path of influencing us to do something, right? I mean, if you look up influence in the dictionary, it's to alter someone's behavior, usually indirectly. So we got to realize a lot of this stuff, we're not even going to realize that we're being influenced, and all of a sudden we're doing something crazy. And little did we realize that literally it was because of XYZ thing that we've been consuming, whether it's consuming mentally through influencers, through videos, through content that we're watching, through movies, even through TV shows, or through the things that we're consuming physically, like drugs, alcohol, the food. I'm sure there's probably someone who could agree with me that if you eat a whole day's worth of McDonald's, you're gonna feel a lot different compared to if you cook every meal for yourself. You're gonna feel a lot better when you cook. And so obviously junk food is called junk food for a reason. It's junk. So here's what we got to do. We got to take an inventory. What are the things that we're consuming on a daily basis, on a weekly basis? How many hours is that taking from us? How many hours are we consuming this content, these especially drugs, right? I mean, if you're consuming drugs for 8 hours a week, what could those 8 hours a week do for yourself if you were actually zoned in? And is it really just 8 hours? Or is it also affecting your sleep? Is it also affecting your work the next day? Is it also affecting your relationships in some way? And we got to think about these things, guys. The second thing that I want to talk about besides influences is that if you do decide to cut something out, let's say you decide to cut out alcohol, there's usually two things that I see. The first thing that I see is that you have a honeymoon phase. You have a honeymoon phase where everything's great. You're seeing all these great changes. You just feel absolutely amazing. But just like any honeymoon phase, it ends. And when it ends, maybe it feels like everything's worse. Maybe it feels like, shoot, why did I even start this? It feels like my life is worse now that I quit. And now I can't even go enjoy. And now I can't even take a load off and take a drink. So what's the point? I quit, and now my life is worse, and now I can't even go relax and take a drink, or go hang out with my friends and get some drinks to take a load off. What's the point of this anyways? Right when you feel that, right when you push past that, you're gonna feel so much stronger. Right when you get that resistance, Whether it's right away, right when you stop, or whether it's after the honeymoon stage, right when you pass that point of pure resistance where everything in your body is telling you, what's the point of this? Why am I doing this? The moment you make it past that is when big things happen. Big things happen. So I just want to encourage you. You can do this. You can make the change. You know what things you need to cut out. I don't even got to tell you. You know what things you got to cut out. And those things are preventing you from getting to the next level. There's no better time to start today, right now, tomorrow. Start as soon as possible. Because there's no amount of preparation that's going to get you ready for what you need to do. So today I just want to make a little bit more of a serious video, guys, because I love making entertaining stuff, but at the end of the day, like, I want to see y'all doing good. And really, if I hadn't taken out some of these influences from my life, you wouldn't even be seeing this video or any of these videos that I've been posting the past couple weeks. All this consistency came from me being real with myself and really taking an inventory on what things are hurting me, what things are stopping me from doing what I really want to do, what things are wasting my time. So take an inventory of your influences, the physical influences, foods, substances, and the mental influences, TV, music, shows. Take an influence, calculate how much time is it really taking from you, and make the switch. I believe in you guys. Thanks for watching Josie TV. We gone.